Today on Pilots, Props, and Planes, we'll take a look at 3 airplanes that were instrumental in training pilots during World War II. We'll check out the future of aviation with an electric airplane, and we'll take a flight in a classic Beechcraft V-tail Bonanza. Also, we'll open my scrapbook and visit the one-of-a-kind GB R2 replica racer, and we'll go to an elementary school that trains future pilots on flight simulators. That's all on Pilots, Props, and Planes. Hello everyone. Today's episode brings us to Fresno, California's historic downtown Chandler Airport. Since this year marks the 75th anniversary of the end of the Second World War, I thought it would be appropriate to share with you the histories of a couple of training aircraft that were instrumental in training tens of thousands of pilots for the United States Army Air Corps, Navy, and Marine Corps. Join with me now as we go out to the ramp and we'll meet Fresno's Arnie Schweer, who's going to tell us a little bit about the 2 training airplanes you will see today. We have the Boeing Stearman, the K-Det, and the North American AT-6 Texan.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about the Boeing.
Well, you know, everybody calls them the Yellow Peril because see, they're a PT-17, and a PT stands for primary trainer. So when a 19-year-old, when World War II started, everybody lined up at the induction center, they wanted to go fly airplanes. Well, okay, you were either a ground pounder or you were going to get into an airplane if you could handle it. And so primary training was the Yellow Peril. And the reason they call them that is because they were real good at ground looping. And a ground loop is when you lose control of the airplane on the runway and it goes this way or that way and out into the weeds you go. That was one quick way to get washed out.
There were numerous other primary trainers besides the PT-13 and PT-17 Boeing K-Det. One of them was the Fairchild PT-19.
I like Fairchild PT-19s. This particular airplane was built in 1942 and it served, at that time it was called the U.S. Army Air Forces. And it's got a placard in there that says U.S. Army Air Forces, acceptance date October 8th, whatever it was. This particular airplane was built by Aeronca. And then the Ranger engine in the PT-19, it's an upside down engine, it's inverted, 6-cylinder, air-cooled. That gives it that distinct sound that it has. This particular one was restored by a father and son in Pennsylvania in the 80s, from 82 to 87. As a matter of fact, they're still restoring them. I think they've restored 18 of them now, 17 or 18 of them. And some of them have won national grand champions at Oshkosh, the big air venture. So anyway, it went from Pennsylvania to Texas, from Texas to San Diego here to Chandler.
Now this aircraft, the PT-17, was built by the Boeing Aircraft Company, but originally designed by Lloyd Stearman.
Lloyd Stearman, yep. All these guys are from Wichita. Isn't it something how Wichita was the center for all these aircraft?
Walter Beech and Lloyd Stearman and
Clyde Cessna.
Clyde Cessna,
yeah.
All of them from Wichita. In fact, they had the Travel Air Company early on, and then each of them went on to individual success with their careers. Many of these airplanes survived after World War II. In what kinds of capacities?
Well, crop dusters used them. They put 450 horsepower Pratt & Whitney engines on them and just flew the wings off of them practically.
One of the greatest training aircraft ever conceived and ever built, the North American AT-6 Texan, and that's the aircraft behind us.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that one.
Well, the AT-6 is the real pilot maker. If you graduated from the PT, you had your stick and rudder skills. They put you in an AT-6, and I have flown an AT-6 from the back seat, not solo, but I remember it was the most work I ever had to do in an airplane because a T-6 was built like that. It won't fly at a straight and level. You got to fly it straight and level. You can't trim it to be what you wanted to do. It'll just wander off, and so you have to fly it. when you have mastered a T6, you can fly about any kind of World War II fighter, like a P-51. If you can fly a T-60, a T6, you can move right into a P-51. And that's how guys get qualified in P-51s today.